Hello and welcome to the $1 Million Message. This is your Fearless Friday message with Callie DeBlander Brigham, calling from beautiful Pensacola Beach, Florida. Well, hi, everybody. I hope you had a blessed Thanksgiving, and thank you so much to my beautiful girlfriend, Karina, for filling in last Friday and doing such a fantastic job. Thank you so much for everyone who has sent all kinds of love, all kinds of Good Morning America love as well. I got to watch it for the first time with all of you too, and I just thought that it was a lot of fun and makes you smile. And Luis Casco is the ultimate pro on TV, isn't he? And I have the easy part, just to kind of sit there and smile, although it's not ever easy. Being what I called naked on national television. All right, from the neck up, but still. So I have some background, kind of behind the scenes stuff that's on my social media. My Facebook page is public. Sadly, I'm at my friend limit, but you are more than welcome to go on if you haven't already and see some pictures from behind the scenes. And then on Wednesday, I did a live where I talked a little bit more about some of my experience and then my take on some of the products that Louise showcased. So sadly, TV segments have to be short and sweet, and so a lot gets edited out. And I just wanted to tell you a little bit more about some of the products that he used on me and the eye look of the season, the evergreen eye look. So I hope you enjoy it. I just keep saying this word, what a profound honor and privilege it was to represent our company and to showcase what it looks like when you've been using Mary Kay products since you were 14, and also what brave looks like too, right? Can I get an amen on that? So we filmed in LA, Santa Monica to be exact, about a week and a half before the episode aired, and I flew all the way there from Florida. So I've been saying it was about 2 days of travel, about 2.5 hours of filming, and 2.5 minutes of magic. Excuse me. So anyways, enjoy. Feel free to share anything on there. And speaking of travel, I was looking in my gratitude journal. I have a 5-year gratitude journal, and this is the last month for the 5 years. Actually, it's 6 years old because apparently I was not grateful in 2016. I didn't write in it at all. So it's a 6 years worth of 5-year gratitude journal. And on this day, December 4th, when I'm recording the message, 1 year ago is my infamous airplane story where I woke up that morning preparing to go to the $1 Million reunion. Any director or national that had been $1 million sales director. We had a reunion in Pennsylvania, and I woke up to find out my flight was canceled. And if you know that story, I had to scramble and ended up buying a separate one-way ticket on a different airline for that same morning. Really kind of torn. Is this a sign I shouldn't go and whatnot? And so if you remember that message, what happened was completely divine. I decided in that moment to change my attitude and to be expectant, to say, okay, God, I surrender it. What do you have in store for me? And I was giddy when I got on a different airline at a different time, let randomness pick my seat, and I sat next to 2 missionaries from Tanzania, and I knew that it was a divine alignment. And after that conversation that we had on the plane, I knew that our team needed to do something. I heard about the lack of fresh water, which I know we all hear, but when you hear personal stories, it's so different. And so that birthed an idea to have a mission with my unit, a project. We called it Dig Deeper, the Water Well Project, and to utilize our Mary Kay businesses to fund a water well in East Africa. Well, we were doing great in January and February of last year on that mission. And then, of course, COVID happened and just felt like it wasn't quite appropriate to be working on something halfway around the world when our own neighbors needed our love and attention and care and prayers. And so we put it on hiatus. And but it's still on my heart, and I knew I needed to follow through. Many of you know Paula Kirkpatrick, $1 Million Director. She just immediately said, I'm with you when she heard the story last year. And so we both decided again to press pause on it. Well, Mary Kay so generously gave all of us that could not attend the Top Director trip this year because of COVID, they gave us bonuses. And Paula and I just both said, this is it. This is how we're going to finish. And so we, decided to contribute because of the generosity of Mary Kay to finish building a well. And only come to find out, God is so good, that because of just some really cool circumstances, they were able to build 2 wells with the money for one. And so today, right now, there are communities, women, children, families who don't have to walk hours and hours a day just to get a sip of fresh, clean water. Instead, they just go right in their town and pump the pump, and out it comes. And so that was 1 year ago today. So I just say to you, when things go awry, as they often will, feel the feels and then say, okay, but if I choose to surrender this and I choose to be open to new possibilities, which is my word, for 2020, then what could come from this? And that's one of the most blessed experiences that I know I will have. Well, speaking of blessed experiences, the last thing I want to share with you today is that yesterday was a busy virtual day for me. I have virtual Bible study fellowship, if you're familiar with that. And then Mary Kay, for the first time, decided to have an event for all of those who are on target for the Top Sales Director trip. Would you believe there were 274 sales directors? That's a 75% increase from last year. 21 officially on target for the million. Unbelievable. So I know many more will finish that this year. And they asked the top 3 sales directors from last year just to share a little bit. And so I had the privilege of doing that and just really pouring some belief and letting these sales directors know that their way is the right way in their strengths, and that we need them, right? We need leaders. And what a privilege that we are part of a company that is flourishing right now. What an opportunity. And then right after that, I was able to hop on a leadership virtual event from our very own Magnanimous Monday, Crystal Hunsucker's mom. I call her Mama Scarlett, retired National Sales Director Scarlett Walker Simpson, Senior National Sales Director, let me just say. And right as I was getting ready to share, she was finishing her top 9 tips for the holiday season. So I want to share those with you as the final part of my message today. I thought they were so timely. So hopefully I'm not stealing Crystal's message from Monday. Number 1, excuse me, do one thing every day you love. Especially in this season, we can get so caught up, can't we? Do one thing every day you love. And I would add my own flair on it to say, do one thing personal and do one thing business that you love. What do you love? Number 2, reflect and be thankful. And I was so happy to do that this morning, to not only reflect on 1 year ago, but also I have a thankful journal that my daughter Maddie got me for Christmas last year. And I've journaled, it's not every day, but I've journaled for 2020. And I thought, wow, who knew this was coming? Yet there's so much to have gratitude about. Reflect and be thankful. Number 3, be giving. Be giving. In a season of getting, that's what people are thinking about. Be the giver. One thing a day. What could you give? Whether it's a smile, a note, a compliment, a sample, a random act of kindness. Be giving. One thing a day. I tell you what, in the middle of the just stress and panic and all of the things that I was feeling last year when my flight was canceled, the frustration, I decided to have a giving spirit and a conversation with a couple next to me, never having known just where that would lead and how it changed my whole attitude and perspective. Number 4, breathe. Anybody have their Apple Watch that tells you to breathe and you're like, how did you know? How did you know? And that means just take a second. Just breathe. Number 5, hydrate and move. Our physical health is so important, especially, I would say, in the winter when we don't have as much sunlight, when places are still on lockdown and all of that, even if it just means high knees in place, a few jumpy jacks. How can we get some endorphins flowing, and how can we take care of our body? Number 6, devotionals. Our spiritual health is just as important. That gives us true perspective, doesn't it? And I've just been studying Genesis and God's promises and how trustworthy He is, how merciful and forgiving He is. Number 7, speak what you want to see. She calls them divine declarations, but speak what you want to see. Speak that about yourself. Be kind to yourself. Be visionary for yourself. You are not who you're going to be tomorrow, but you can speak life or death into that. Who are you going to be? Who are you in the process of becoming? Speak those words out loud. It's powerful. Number 8, stay connected. Obviously, that's something that you all do so well because you plug into the $1 Million Message. And number 9, remember what's most important. Will this matter 1 year from now? What will matter? I call that cradling versus juggling. Hold in your arms what's most important, and to everything else, say, oh, thank you for asking. I'm not able to do it at this time, maybe later. And so those are the 9 things that I thought were so important. I'm reflecting on them today, picking one to have as my main focus today and another one tomorrow. So be blessed. I will be with you next Friday. I'm looking forward to it. And thanks for calling in today. Bye-bye.